Good. We are now on our wonderful YouTube channel, which I welcome everybody. We're talking today about white gloves, and I am with Mr. West. And Mr. West, if you can introduce yourself. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Newton Cross. I'm the principal of Saba International Butler Academy. And with me is Mr. West. So Mr. West, if you could give us an introduction. We actually call you Mr. West, but you're Mr. van der Westhuizen.
Good morning, Mr. Cross. Thank you so much for having me here. Good morning, afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, my name is Bram West. I'm the General Manager of Saba International Butler Academy, also one of the trainers. Yes, and it's lovely to share this to you on this Thursday morning.
Fantastic. And we're talking about white gloves, butlers wearing white gloves. Now, we know that a butler has a beautiful uniform, but with the uniform also comes the white gloves, and when to wear your white gloves. So please, Mr. West, fire away and tell us about white glove service and white glove usages.
Thank you so much. So first of all, if I have to think about white gloves, I think about what sense do I touch? I definitely touch the sense of the look, the feel, and the touch. And that is so important because wearing white gloves or wearing white gloves in service, it just gives you that special touch. It just uplifts the level of service from the person that serves point of view. So we will wear our white gloves in a household a lot of times when we open the door for guests, when we receive them, maybe give them a welcome towel, assist them with their jacket or their coat. And then, of course, in tea service, definitely when we pour tea for guests, serving tea in a beautiful tea set from a tray, doing table service. If I do silver service for my guests, I'll definitely wear my white gloves. However, also at the back of the scene, when I'm not serving the guests, when I'm just preparing for service, like my table setting, I'll wear my white gloves when setting the table, touching the cutlery, polishing the silver, steaming the glassware, folding the napkins. I will also then wear my white gloves, and of course, when opening the curtains.
Fantastic. I mean, in the picture behind me, you'll see that white gloves are worn when setting a table. It's very important to keep your white gloves clean and white. Don't try to wash them too often, and don't use stained white gloves when serving a table. The guests can see it. And it's nice to make a first impression, which is also a lasting impression when it comes to white gloves, wearing them. But you won't shake hands with the gloves on. You'll take the glove off. And please try not to shake hands in this time, but to maybe touch your chest here and greet and acknowledge, which is quite nice. And yes, white gloves are worn. And as Mr. West has now mentioned, various places that you were wearing your gloves. Just mention the history again of white gloves for me.
So white gloves comes many, many years ago. If I can take you back to the days of King Louis and the Palace of Versailles. Yes, so King Louis had all these big banquets and his guests needed to be served. So where would he get people to serve the guests? He would use the same people that worked in his beautiful gardens. So the people that work on the grounds around the palace, and they will come and they will assist in serving food and doing table service in the palace. However, because they were working outside, their hands were rough, and maybe in those days we didn't know, or people didn't know about manicures or pedicures, especially manicures. So he used then white gloves to cover their hands so that the service could be onto another level.
Yes. So that's fantastic. Nice piece of history there. So when we look at white gloves, we can also wear it in housekeeping when it comes to the unpacking and packing of suitcases, not to touch the personal items, opening the curtains, as you mentioned, and setting the table. Also in afternoon tea service, as on Cunard ocean liners, afternoon tea service when the waiters come out with their white gloves and serving wonderful sandwiches scones and cakes. Very nice. Be careful that your white gloves don't stain from the tea. So that's also important. And wear white gloves that are in a good condition. You can also contact us if you need more information on how to get your own pair of white gloves. It's also on our online shop on our website, www.thebutlerschool.com. And if you need to know more about our courses, please reach out to us. We're a family here and we are great trainers and we have so much to share and teach you. You can call us at any time or send us a direct message here on YouTube or contact us on our website. And today we gave you some fantastic tips on your white gloves as a butler. And this is more of a formal service taking place in the hotels and St. Regis and Dubai and all beautiful hotels, adding that finishing touch to a formal service. So thank you, Mr. West, for joining us on our YouTube today. And I know you've got a busy schedule with lots of recruitment going on. So thank you.